What if the perfect love story was never perfect at all? What if everything you saw, every photo, every caption was just a performance? Because that's exactly what fans are now wondering about Justin and Hailey Bieber. The silence between them is no longer subtle, it's loud, it's emotional, and it's getting harder to ignore. Justin looks lost. Hailey looks distant. And for the first time, even the fans can't pretend everything's okay. This isn't just another Hollywood breakup rumor. Something real is unraveling. From sudden solo appearances to cryptic Instagram moves and a $1 billion business deal that may have broken their marriage, the story has layers. And we're about to pull every one of them back. But before we dive in, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because what's happening with Justin and Hailey isn't just drama. It's a modern tragedy unfolding in real time. Now let's rewind to the moment this picture-perfect love story started to crack. It all began with a courthouse wedding nobody saw coming, and it ends, well, we're still watching that part. Back in 2018, fans were still reeling from Justin and Selena's emotional breakup when out of nowhere he's seen hand in hand with Hailey. No slow build-up, no fanfare. Just sudden matching outfits and then a marriage certificate. And while the world gasped, Justin was already convincing himself that love, maybe this new love, could fix everything that hurt. Back in 2018, the internet barely had time to process Justin's on-again, off-again saga with Selena when he was suddenly strolling through New York with Hailey, fingers interlaced, wearing matching hoodies that looked almost rehearsed. One day they were laughing on a Brooklyn park bench, the next they were slipping into a Manhattan courthouse and walking out as husband and wife. No epic proposal video, no diamond-focused photo shoot, just a rushed signature on a marriage license. And a nervous smile that seemed to say, maybe love can fix what therapy hasn't. Fans blinked, scrolled, and argued, was this a grand romantic leap or a desperate sprint away from heartbreak? Justin kept repeating that marriage would ground him. He talked about peace, about wanting family more than fame, but his eyes still carried that restless flicker every time a paparazzi bulb went off. Hailey, meanwhile, knew cameras better than most. She'd grown up in the Baldwin spotlight and built a respectable modeling resume. Yet, the second she became Mrs. Bieber, her world cracked open into something bigger paychecks, bigger brand deals, bigger expectations. Overnight, she wasn't just Hailey. She was a walking headline, the girl who finally got the boy every tabloid called Broken Dot. At first they leaned into the fairy tale. Tropical honeymoon shots, slow-motion kisses, under fairy-like canopies. Grainy cell phone footage of Justin crooning love songs in a hotel lobby with tears slipping down his cheeks. It looked sweet, raw, even healing. Yet underneath the Instagram glow, the cracks began to whisper. Justin's journals filled with prayers for calm. Hailey's schedule filled with strategy meetings. He clung to microphones in midnight studio sessions. She sketched out formulas for a dewy skin serum dot. By the time she launched her skincare line, Road, the couple's timelines barely overlapped. He live-streamed melancholic guitar riffs at 3 in the morning. She posted sunrise Pilates clips with captions about balance. Followers praised the hustle until news broke that Road had been valued near $1 billion and Hailey had quietly cashed out a hefty stake. Articles erupted within minutes. Twitter hailed her business queen era. Yet on Justin's profile, nothing. No champagne emoji, no "so proud of you, baby." Just silence. Deafening, deliberate silence. Insiders claimed he found out the same way the rest of us did. A push notification on his phone while he was scrolling for old worship songs. Imagine discovering your partner just signed a life-altering deal and told everyone except you. The hurt wasn't just financial. It was personal, almost surgical. He'd lent her his last name, an international brand in itself only. To feel erased from the victory lap, Justin's feed turned cryptic. He deleted selfies, unliked honeymoon reels, then suddenly double-tapped a fan page of a girl who looked suspiciously like Selena. Screenshots exploded across Stan Twitter. Comment sections morphed into live fire trenches. Was he sending a message or just spiraling? Nobody could tell, and that uncertainty kept people watching. Hailey responded. Not with words, but with subtraction. Overnight, the words wife and future mom vanished from her Instagram bio, replaced by nothing at all. In an era where a single emoji can ignite a rumor, the empty space felt louder than a shout. It was the digital equivalent of slipping off a wedding ring and leaving it on the marble countertop for the world to notice, and that's when the story truly left their hands and became ours. Every removed caption, every fleeting like, every paparazzi frame of Justin hunched beneath a hoodie while Hailey glided past flashbulbs and flawless makeup became a clue in the greatest modern love mystery TikTok had ever threaded together. The narrative shifted from "are they okay?" to "did they ever stand a chance?" And somewhere between those questions, the word divorce stopped sounding like gossip and started sounding like an outcome. And right when the internet thought it couldn't spiral further, Selena Gomez's name slipped quietly, inevitably back into the frame, not with a bold post, not with a statement, just a resemblance. Justin left a soft comment under a model's picture. She had the same soft eyes, the same half smile that fans swore looked just like Selena. The comment didn't say much, but it said enough. Within minutes, fan edits exploded. TikTok was flooded with side-by-sides. Justin laughing freely with Selena. Justin now stiff and distant with Hailey. It wasn't fair, but it felt real. And that's the thing, feelings don't wait for permission. Fans were analyzing logic. They were comparing emotions. One clip showed Justin lighting up mid-conversation with Selena. Another showed him walking 10 steps behind Hailey, head down, hoodie up. One looked like young love. The other looked like emotional fatigue, wrapped in designer outfits. But was it just nostalgia? Or something deeper? Some fans began asking a harder question: does Justin miss Selena? Or does he miss who he was when he was with her? The question stuck, because maybe it's not about the girl. Maybe it's about the boy who used to laugh more, post more, sing more. The one who didn't seem so hollow-eyed behind filters, behind the scenes. Sources say Justin was unraveling. He started skipping events, canceled a few performances. When he did show up, he looked smaller, like he was physically present but emotionally absent. Instagram captions started reading like poetry from someone who hadn't slept well in months, moody lyrics, Bible verses about betrayal, blurry photos with broken lighting. It felt like a silent cry for help. Meanwhile, Hailey went in the opposite direction. She looked polished, curated, intentional. Her brand continued growing. Her posts were serene, her clothes immaculate. But that serenity made people nervous. Was she truly okay, or was she emotionally clocking out to protect the empire she built? And then it happened. Fans noticed Hailey attending events alone. No Justin in sight, no hand-holding, no appearances. Just her, radiant and self-contained. And while the world clapped for her independence, others whispered, "Where is Justin?" Soon, the word divorce wasn't just trending, it was feeling inevitable. Insiders claimed Justin had confided in close friends. He felt used, not just emotionally, but strategically. That Hailey had ridden the Bieber wave, built a billion-dollar business from it, and was now slowly detaching, leaving him behind like a chapter she'd outgrown. But is that fair? Is it betrayal, or is it survival? When you marry into a spotlight this bright, maybe it changes you. Maybe it forces you to think in strategy, not sentiment. Maybe Hailey didn't mean to outgrow Justin. Maybe she just didn't know how to hold on while holding herself together. And maybe Justin doesn't feel angry. Maybe he just feels forgotten. Justin's behavior didn't just shift, it disintegrated. His online presence became a fog. Cryptic captions, sudden blackouts, deleted photos, reposts of lyrics that felt like breakup notes in disguise. One day he posted a moody reel with a slow guitar loop and a Bible verse about heartbreak. The next day, nothing, no updates, no appearances. Just an eerie kind of stillness that worried even the most passive fans. Meanwhile, Hailey seemed to double down on polish. Her interviews were poised, her skincare line was expanding. She looked every inch the CEO, the calm and the chaos. But to the internet, that calm didn't feel like peace, it felt like distance. Like she had emotionally stepped away while Justin was still trying to figure out what just broke. Even her Instagram felt colder. Gone were the soft behind-the-scenes shots of her and Justin curled up in hotel rooms or sharing coffee in oversized sweats. In their place, editorial poses. Sharp lighting, brand partnerships. Her feed was a boardroom. His was a diary, and fans began to wonder, are they even talking anymore? Or just coexisting in parallel PR worlds that no longer touch? Insiders began leaking whispers of space, trial separation, and mutual exhaustion. Some said they were sleeping in separate homes. Others hinted they were taking time to heal individually. But even those vague words sounded like placeholders. Like they were both too famous to say what everyone already knew. Then came the real crack. A source close to Justin told a tabloid, he feels like he gave everything: his name, his platform, his loyalty. And in return, he just became another stepping stone. That quote went viral. Not because it was scandalous, but because it sounded like him. Vulnerable, abandoned, and heartbreakingly true. And while fans debated whether Hailey was really in the wrong or simply surviving in a system designed to crush emotion for optics and other, shift happened. Selena posted. Not a diss, not a quote. Just a soft, candid picture of her smiling by a window with the caption, "Healing is quiet." And just like that, the internet imploded again. Was it a coincidence? Was it a message? Was it a quiet mic drop from a girl who had already lived through the storm Justin and Hailey were now drowning in? Whatever it was, it worked. It reopened everything. Fans dug up old interviews, emotional songs, paparazzi clips. They rewatched every look between Justin and Selena, replayed every red carpet freeze frame. And the question resurfaced like a ghost. Was Hailey ever his first choice or just the safest? But that question is one only Justin can answer. And so far, he's choosing not to. Maybe this was never just a marriage. Maybe it was a brand partnership disguised as intimacy. A curated love story served on algorithmic platters, built to be admired more than understood. Because somewhere along the way, the line between real and performative blurred. Every photo became PR. Every touch became proof. Every silence became a headline. And when love starts feeling like content, it dies quietly. Justin gave more than his heart. He gave his name, his vulnerability, his scars. He brought baggage into the marriage, hoping love would be the suitcase big enough to carry it. But fame doesn't allow privacy, and pain doesn't schedule itself around interviews and product launches. Hailey, in her own way, bore the weight. 2. The comparisons. The hate. The pressure to smile when she wanted to scream. To post when she wanted to disappear. She was never allowed to just be Hailey. She had to become Justin Bieber's wife, a title that came with both privilege and punishment. And now they look like two people standing on opposite ends of the same platform waiting for different trains. Justin seems emotionally exhausted, slouched under the weight of what was supposed to save him. Hailey looks like she's already boarded something else entirely. A future that doesn't require holding his hand anymore. Maybe the tragedy isn't that they broke up. Maybe it's that they stayed longer than they should have, hoping for a version of love that couldn't survive under the camera's glare. We always think fame is a reward, but sometimes it's just a magnifying glass for everything that's already broken. And when love lives under that lens for too long, it stops breathing. So where does that leave them now? Maybe Justin isn't spiraling. Maybe he's just grieving. Not just the marriage, but the dream it represented. The peace he thought he'd find. The stillness he thought love would bring. Maybe he's finally realizing that healing has to come before the ceremony, not after it. And maybe Hailey isn't cold. Maybe she's just done. Done explaining, done defending. Done trying to make something work that was never given space to breathe on its own. Maybe she loved him in the only way she knew how, quietly, methodically, but never quite deeply enough to survive the noise. Whatever the truth is, here's what we do know: this isn't just a breakup. It's a cultural moment closing its final chapter. A pop romance unraveling one frame at a time, publicly, painfully, and permanently, and no matter what either of them says, the silence between them has already spoken. If you made it to the end, you're not alone. This isn't just celebrity drama, it's a mirror. A reminder that sometimes even the brightest love stories can burn out quietly. Don't forget to subscribe for more real, unfiltered commentary, because the truth is rarely loud, but it's always worth hearing.